The division of Vietnam in 1954 marked one of the most pivotal moments in the geopolitical landscape of Southeast Asia. The implications of this division extended beyond the immediate division of a nation, influencing global Cold War politics for decades. The Geneva Accords of 1954, which were intended to restore peace in Indochina, inadvertently sowed the seeds for a prolonged and devastating conflict that would ensue in the years to come. At the heart of this division were two ideologically opposed enemies: Communist North Vietnam led by Ho Chi Minh and the anti-communist South Vietnam, initially under the leadership of Emperor Bao Dai, but later headed by Ngo Dinh Diem. The division was meant as a temporary measure, with nationwide elections scheduled for 1956 to unify the country under a single government. However, these elections were never held, primarily due to disagreements and mutual distrust between the North and South and their respective international backers, including the Soviet Union and China supporting the North, and the United States standing firmly behind the South. The United States' involvement in Vietnam was greatly influenced by the domino theory, a Cold War ideology which posited that the fall of one Southeast Asian nation to communism would trigger the successive fall of its neighbors. Therefore, American support for South Vietnam was perceived not only as an extension of American influence, but as a necessary action to prevent regional destabilization. This involvement, however, would escalate beyond advisory roles into a full-scale military conflict, known infamously as the Vietnam War. The social fabric of Vietnam was deeply affected by this division, as families were split, allegiances were divided, and the constant threat of war looming over the populace became a part of everyday life. The division also had significant cultural ramifications, influencing Vietnamese identity and shaping the economic and political structures that would define the nation for years to come. Ultimately, the division of Vietnam represented more than the segmentation of the country. It embodied the struggle between two world ideologies and the tragic optimism that a united Vietnam would one day emerge from the ashes of conflict. In 1975, the hope of reunification, albeit under communist rule, would finally come to fruition, forever altering the course of its history.